I hope it doesn't sound trite, but the sense of having kind of like a student state of mind, of this sort of sense of constantly learning. And I'm sure that other approaches have that as well in their own way. So I can just speak for my own. There's so many things always that it feels like you can sort of keep vital, keep alive, keep learning.
That student frame of mind is something we bring into each session. When you position yourself as somebody whose job it is to try to understand somebody else's experience, and they're the expert on that experience, you're a student every hour.
Exactly.
In my work, before I started working narratively, I'd feel very heavy at the end of the day from just, and it wasn't so much there were the stories that people brought, but then there were the questions I was asking them, which was basically an initial psychiatric consultation used to be like, tell me about every bad thing that has ever happened to you.
And to everyone in your family.
Yeah, and everyone in your family, and people would just be like, ugh, and I would feel the same way. But now I'm just, even when I ask questions about their family, I'm like, who are you close to in your family? Well, what does that person love about you? What does that say about what's important to your family? Is anyone in your family dealing with similar challenges that you are? How are they doing it? It's a totally different kind of question. And so, so the people who, they feel enlivened by that kind of questioning, but also I do. I feel enlivened. To be asking questions in this other way, so they feel this sense of possibility. Even if it's a brief period of time, I'm always amazed by how much can happen. I mean, just for example, someone coming in and saying to me, I'm so depressed, or I'm such an anxious person. I mean, just to say, well, what's the depression been like, or what's the anxiety got you thinking? Immediately just externalizing in that simple way without even pointing to it, just doing it. And they'll just keep doing it with me. Just creates that space like right away. And so there's so much that can happen in just a short amount of time. And that's one of the things I find really thrilling about it. Or the question like, have you ever gotten over depression before?
Right.
Is such a different question than have you been depressed before? And people really feel it. They're like, as a matter of fact, I have gotten over depression before. So then of course that whole story can be, you can go in and get all the details of that story about how they did it, who helped them, what resources were they using, what ingenuity they used, what values were they using to help them. So there's so much. Like you can make such a huge difference just by the different kinds of questions. Even around the same kinds of basic information in some ways.
We're all describing, a sense of joy in the work that is achievable somehow in ways that, for me, it wasn't previously. Something about the other ways of working just did not keep me energized in this way, didn't excite me in this way. It reminds me of Bill O'Hanlon used to say that therapists aren't burned out by their clients, they're burned out by their models. That has rung true for me.
I think the kind of burnout that I try to stay present to, or have the people who I love and who are close to me remind me of, is that it's so much fun working in this way. It's like, and I love other parts of my life, and and it's sort of that how to have it, be the end of the day and do other things and enjoy. Here we are spending the week together at the lake, with that reminder and so I think burnout sometimes can come from too muchness, like that sort of edge of fatigue in the back, where I'm pushing it away because just one more.
I want to do one more.
I want to do one more, and that's a different kind of burnout, but it's also one to pay attention to.
One to pay attention to.
You sound like you know this one. Yeah.